Hi, Miss Netta. This is Frances Dack again. I'm continuing to talk to you about what I love to do, which is art quilting. This piece I wanted to show you because it also uses found or actually saved objects. This is the netting that you have on fruit and vegetables when you buy them. You can see how I've quilted the wrinkles in the skin of the turtle, sea turtle. Here I've done a lot of embroidery on the shell. All of these fabrics are store-bought fabrics. None of them are dyed myself. I also want to show you this piece, which is called I Can Fly. And you asked about a favorite piece. This isn't necessarily my best piece, but it's the piece that I will keep for myself. When I was a little girl, I think it's a little bit autobiographical. When I was a little girl, I believed that I could fly. And this turtle believes that she can fly. And turtles, I also had a little turtle when I was a kid. And turtles have kind of become a spirit animal for me. And I love the way they can pull their head in and their legs and hide, or if they want to, they can, just stretch out their neck and fly. And you can see that I have quilted in, I can fly, I can fly, everywhere in the background of this piece. Another kind of found object would be rocks, and I've used that a few times. Here's an example. This is called Sunny Day at Lake Ontario. I used to live near Lake Ontario, and I was visiting a friend who was lucky enough to actually live on the lake. So this was her backyard. And these rocks were found on this beach. And on this beach, there was a big log, and I found this piece of driftwood there to represent the big log. And I've done quite a bit of embroidery on there, added some beads that look like birds. Here's some tulle that helps with the look of the sky. You know how sky is lighter on the horizon. Here's another piece that has rocks in it, and it's just simply called Rock Garden. Here's another piece that has rocks on it. This is called Mount Diablo Spring, and these two rocks were found on Mount Diablo. One way that artists challenge themselves is to limit their supplies. So I have several pieces, and this is an example of two of them, where I have limited myself to only, or definitely mostly, African fabrics. And this one on the right is a pattern by Kina Tangi Dorsey, excuse me. I used all the same fabric for her necklace, earrings, dress, and head wrap, although the head wrap is cut into pieces to show the folds, and then that's a small zigzag stitch between the folds. The earrings were real hoop earrings that I wrapped with the fabric. And the little things that hold the earrings on, that is it's a button, but it's also under the button is what's called a yo-yo, which is something that have been used traditionally by quilters as decorations. This one, I took a class with Uzoma, who's a wonderful fabric artist who lives in Nigeria, and I used all African fabric on this. You cut lots of medium and small, very small pieces. These, like the little star, shooting star on the nose for the X, the highlight on the nose is one particular cutout. Those leaves cascading down the cheek are individually cut out. You can see, I hope you can see some of the stitching that I've done, the quilting on there to show the contours of the cheek. And yet, and here's some of the contours you can see of the mouth that I've quilted in. And then sometimes I just follow what the fabric is showing with my quilting. This particular earring is not an African fabric. It is from a prom dress from when I was in high school, which was a very long time ago. And over here, the thing that's not an African fabric is the border. Here's another African fabric piece. This piece I made because I was afraid to quilt the previous one I just showed you. And so I made this face kind of improv in about a week and practiced on it. And it turned out really good, and it's actually won some prizes. So, as has the other one, but this one luckily has won more, which is, that's the way it goes. Another way to limit oneself, or another way I've limited myself, is using rusted fabrics and rusted items. So this one is the iron butterfly effect. I rusted these fabrics, both of these fabrics here, okay? I think this darker one that's on the outer border must have had, whatever I used had something besides iron in it, because it turned out a much darker color than most of the fabrics do when you rust them. And then the nails were not used to rust the fabric. That was other things that I used. But the nails my husband found when he was taking out the old lawn and putting in a new lawn, and found all these rusty nails, and some of them were bent. And when I looked at this, I saw sort of a butterfly, and I was like, oh man, this is perfect. So I think that's about it for now, Miss Netta. If anybody is interested in seeing more of what I do or has questions for me, they can contact me at fladack@gmail.com. Thanks.